going to start our Numberblocks adventures today, and at the moment in our Numberblock land there's nobody on it, so you're going to have to find out who the very first Numberblock is. So go and meet Numberblock number 1 and watch the first episode, have a little chat to whoever you're with, see what you notice, did you learn anything, and then come back and we'll start exploring Numberblock number 1. Did you enjoy meeting Numberblock number 1? Well, let's start our journey into finding out all about the number 1. To start with, we're gonna make a Numberblock number 1 headband, so that when we're finding out about this number, we can put this on and get ready to learn. To make the Numberblock hat, our headband, we're gonna need a pair of scissors. Now, just before you use your scissors, you might need to ask an adult first, but make sure when you carry them that you always carry them in the palm of your hand, the blade bit, the sharp bit like this, and make sure the blade's not sticking out, so if you accidentally bump into anyone or fall over, look, you can't hurt yourself. So make sure you stay safe. So get a pair of scissors and we'll begin by cutting this out carefully. So here's the headband, and what we're going to do is very carefully cut around the edge of the red all the way round. So with your scissors you're going to have to be very careful and take your time. Now when you're cutting, check an adult that you're holding your scissors right, and then carefully cut along the edge. Can you see that? I've tried to keep it nice and straight. And sometimes cutting, if you just take your time, it can be more successful. There you go, can you see that? Very careful. And then when you go around here, got this curved line up here, you have to be very careful and curve round. It's a bit of a tricky challenge. So here I am, carefully going to see if I can curve my scissors round. And as this is Numberblock number 1, imagine if you practice your cutting skills, how amazing the Numberblock bands will get the more and more you practice your skills. So by the time we cut out, say, Numberblock number 5, I bet you would have showed some big improvement. So there's the first bit. Just need to cut this bit out too. And there we go, we've got both parts that we need to make our headband. Now we've got our 2 strips. What do you think we have to do next in order to make our headband? What do you think we have to do? Did you guess it? I need some glue. I'm going to glue down one of the edges of the strips. And then paste it onto here. Let's glue it onto here. Stick it together. Press it down. Once you've glued your strips together, so they're nice and long, I've had to add a few more because the next bit wouldn't work for me if I didn't. What you've got to do is put the band on your head, make sure number 1's at the front, wind the paper around your head, and see if you can get an adult to help you to glue it in the right place so that it fits on your head. I think mine fits about there, so I glue a bit here. And hopefully it should fit. Let's see if this is right. Yeah, now we're ready to explore number 1. I've got a Numberblock number 1 card here. Have a look at this. And it's time to meet our Numberblock number 1. Hello, Numberblock number 1. So have a look carefully. What do you notice? What can you spot? Shout some things out to me of what you notice about Numberblock number 1. Right, did you notice it's got a number 1? This is the number 1, look. And number block number 1 is made up of just one block, look. 1. What colour is number block number 1? Yep, red. And number block number 1 is special because it's got one big eye. So that's number block number 1. I think it's time to put number block number 1 up into our Numberland. I've got number block number 1 here. Let's put them into number block Numberland. Here's our number block Numberland. And it's time to put number block number 1, our first one, up on our number block Numberland. Number block number 1, just one block. Number block number 1's ready. So let's find out a bit more about number 1. Let's start with, can you show me one finger? Can you show me what number 1 would look like on your finger? Let's have a look. Show me one finger. One finger. 1. Okay, shall we do one clap? Ready? 1. Okay, stand up for this one. Can we do one step forward? 1. Can you do one jump? 1. What about using one foot, one leg, and we'll do one hop. Ready? 1. And what about one turn? 1. Your next number 1 challenge is, can you go and find and bring back just one object? Doesn't matter what it is, you can get one object. Off you go. Have you got your object? Hold it up, let's have a look. This one's mine. Now we're going to share what we have found by saying a sentence, okay? So this is the sentence we've got to say. I'm going to say, I have counted 1, and then you have to say your object. So let's just practice the sentence together. Say it after me. I have counted 1. Can you do that? Right, and then we'll say it with our object. So I'm going to say, I have counted 1 minion. Your turn. What have you counted? Okay, and then the last thing we have to do is to prove that we've counted carefully, and we have to count our object. And when we count, it's always a good thing to do is to move it as we count it, so we know we have counted it, and we don't count it too many times or we miss it out. So I'm going to do the whole thing and then prove by counting my minions. They're the best, aren't they? Okay, here we go. I have counted 1 minion. 1. Your turn. Brilliant. Okay, so now we're going to see if we can count 1 from a pot of objects. Now I've got a pot here of milk bottle lids, and this is something that you could collect over the next few weeks, because when we're counting and we explore different numbers, if you've got some things that are exactly the same, it might help when we work out some of our games and activities. Okay, now one of the things we've got to be able to do is count some objects by taking them out of a pot where there's lots of them. And now all we want to do today is to see if we can count just 1 milk bottle lid. So we see if we can do that. Let's have a go. 1 milk bottle lid. Don't need all these because we just wanted 1. And if you saw and heard, look, we don't count it until we put it down. 1. And that's just so that we don't accidentally go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's not 5 there. So let's do that again. Take out 1. 1. Can you do that? That's that's it for our first session about number 1. Now today when you're playing, maybe you can count 1 doing some Lego models, maybe you can count 1 brick. When you're having snack, maybe you can see if you've just got like 1 apple. I know that there's a certain minion behind me that's waiting for their snack and they're going to have just 1 banana. Okay, see you next time.